Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to the World 2019. Thank you so much for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. And if you're live with me on Twitch, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Now let me switch out that buzzword really quickly for the Trevenant, which is Gen 6, not Gen 5. I should have known that. There we go. There's the tree. The fearsome, nightmarish tree. Okay, cool. So thanks so much for being here, guys. Today's theme, I guess, will be to annoy our opponents. Yeah, that's going to be the main idea behind the three decks that I have today for you guys. The Real Butter, no Spell Tag or Morty indeed. So here's my train of thought. Spell Tag competes with Rescue Scarf, right? And how you win a game is by like chaining the Trevenants and eventually using Tapu perhaps or Espion. But those extra 4 damage counters are not worth another Trevenant, yeah, in my opinion. And then Morty is the same. It's like Morty gets rid of 2 cards, right? And probably does the same job, but even better. It gets rid of those 2 cards and all the others. So I don't know. I feel like N and Ace Trainer are a lot more effective than Morty, and I think Rescue Scarf is a must as opposed to Spell Tag. Muck and Trevenant, I don't see what Muck helps out with. Right? Like, what is Muck stopping that helps out Trevenants? Execute, not a big deal. Sudowoodo, not that big a deal. Opposing Shamans and Tapu, I mean, they become targets potentially to your spreading, so I don't know. Hello, Joe Bro, and no worries, the Real Butter. So, Trevenant, with its ability Forest Curse, as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent can't play any item cards from his or her hand. Oh, it stops Giratina, that's true. Giratina and Russian. I think the Russian is more likely. I like, if you're choosing to play Trevenant, unless you know 80% of the decks there are going to be playing Giratina, you just accept the fact that sometimes you'll face Giratina and lose, but I don't think you would go out of your way to tech against it. Though with Ditto and with Ditto, perhaps you could actually have the spot for that. So some food for thought for sure. I just feel like it's very unlikely for you. It's so unlikely for you to encounter Giratina that you shouldn't go out of your way to tech against it. But if Russian is as popular as we think it would be, then perhaps, yeah. So yeah, we have the Trevenant, as I said, Forest Curse. Your opponent can't play any item cards as long as this Pokemon is active, and then Tree Slam does 60 damage plus 20 more to 2 of your opponent's benched Pokemon. We also have Trevenant Break with its Silent Fear attack, which places 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. Really cool attack. We have a spreading strategy. That's why we can use Counter Catcher and things like Ace Trainer very effectively, and even Counter Energy. Phantom with its Ascension attack pretty much guarantees that we will be able to evolve into Trevenant really quickly. Possibly on turn 1 if we're going second, or definitely turn 2 if we're going first. So a really good way to guarantee the evolution. And then we have Espion EX with its Miraculous Shine attack to devolve your opponent's Pokemon and perhaps clean their table that way. And or Tapu with its Magical Swap attack, which you can't do for a single Psychic Energy thanks to Dimension Valley, where you get to rearrange all the damage counters to your liking. We have triple Tapu for supporters consistency, and we have a single Let Loose Marshadow for even more disruption. Hello Galade, how are you doing? Thanks so much for being here. And now supporters wise, we have triple Sycamore, triple and a single Bridget, and then an Ace Trainer, which if we are losing, Ruben, thanks so much for the follow. Dylan, thank you so much for the M&Ms, very kind of you. Thank you so much. If we are losing with the Ace Trainer, each player shuffles his or her hand, and then we draw 6, they draw 3, and usually we will be behind in prizes with this deck. Our ace spec is Scoop Up Cyclone, which is kind of like an Acerola, but without the requirement of the damage and also without the supporter spot, which is great. We also have Faba to deny tool cards, special energy. Wow, Dylan, thank you so much for the extra bits. You really want to fill up that class with M&Ms. Very, very kind of you. I really appreciate it. And now you're one bit ahead of Potato, which I guess was your other purpose. So yeah. Oh, I should put the bits leaders, right? I should put the bits leaders. There you go. Okay. And so Faba, since it does the same job but better than Zerozic, and it puts things into a lost zone, which is even better because they can't get them back at all. We also have Colress to draw extra cards, the Kuzma to try and disrupt, and also as a switching effect. And then we have the 4 enhanced hammers in order to deny special energy for our opponents, mostly Zoroark decks. The single counter catcher because it can sometimes be like an enhanced hammer. We have 4 Mysterious Treasure for consistency. We have a single Super Rod. The 4 Rescue Scarf that I was talking about earlier, because once your Trevenant gets knocked out, you can get the pieces back. Therefore, you're not having to play Super Rod or Rescue Treasure continually, which is a really good deal. And then we have Dimension Valley, which is what really makes this deck work. And each Psychic Pokemon's attacks, both yours and your opponent's, cost 1 colorless less, which is really, really cool. By having this stadium, you actually get to do Silent Fear for a single Psychic, do Magical Swap for a single Psychic, Tree Slam for 2 Psychics. So a lot of really good synergy with Psychic Pokemon in here. And finally, we have energy-wise the 4 Mystery Energy to help us with retreating. Once this card is attached, it provides a Psychic Energy, and the retreat cost of the Pokemon is 2 less. It can only be attached to Psychic Pokemon, but that's all we're playing, so that's not a big deal. A single counter energy, because we will almost always be losing with this deck, and then 4 Psychic Energy to round out the deck. And so, let's jump into a ladder and see if we can do something good. Am I really playing Durant today? No, Dylan, I played Durant yesterday, and it went pretty okay, honestly. It went pretty okay. The video for Durant will be up on Friday, I believe, on YouTube, or you can catch it on the recap of yesterday's stream. But yes, we did play Durant, and we already played it, in fact. And it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. You can click on the VOD section up here, though, and just rewatch it. I've thought a lot about making the video subscribers only. That way people have to go to YouTube to catch up, but meh. Okay, so we mulligan. And we are going second. We do have pretty much the guaranteed. Well, as long as we find an energy, we have the. Oh, we're up against Wailord. So this is not gonna be fun. I cannot start the Lele. This is not gonna be fun at all. We're gonna stop items, which is good, but they do have Tropical Beaches and Lusamines to counter our Dimension Valleys, which is not very nice. Yeah, Dylan, you can watch on YouTube, or like I said, you can watch it on Twitch as well. You can just watch the replay. It was pretty fun to use, not gonna lie. It was pretty fun to use. And Galaxian God, thank you so much for the follow. There goes the splash of the M&Ms. I really like how the M&Ms look. I think it looks pretty cool. The cup being filled with M&Ms. Okay, so we see a Latias. Ooh. So the Latias means we lose, right? The Latias means we lose. We don't have any no ability Pokemon in here. Well, Espion, I guess. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely need energy if I'm gonna win this. Starting Marshadow really sucks. The only way we win here, is if the preemptive, well played. Really, opponent? Really? You're gonna be that guy? We also have Tablemon can't damage the Latias. So I'm gonna go ahead and bench the Espion. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Stadium. And then I'm gonna play the N. I guess Mog counters Latias too. And we do not get any energy, which sucks. Let's go ahead and pass, see what they try to do. Promo Lele doesn't help because Promo Lele does damage based on how many energy the opponent has, and he's obviously not going to attach any energy to the Latias. Pull, am I going to do Zorogarb for expanded? Maybe, just not right now. Okay, so we see the Faba getting rid of my Stadium, that's fine. I think I'm just gonna Sycamore all of this away. Now I should play one Phantom down. Yeah, I won't need more than one Phantom, I don't think. Okay, so I need basic energies here. Jeez, come on. Are you kidding me? Yeah, Muck. Muck, 100% Muck. 2 turns without energy. Okay, and then my opponent hits 2 energy there. I'm just gonna go ahead and concede. I'm not gonna bother playing out this game. I probably would have lost. The preemptive role played by my opponent is very annoying. Thank you so much, Paul, for the host. Why was I not putting down more Phantoms? Because I needed to knock out that Latias with Espion, and then my Trevenant is never going to be knocked out, right? So all I ever need is one Phantom. So yeah, Alolan Mach is actually a good counter to Latias, it's a good counter to Russian, it's a good counter to Giratina, so perhaps it would be worth it to put it in. Yeah? Perhaps it would be worth it to have the Ditto plus Alolan Mach in the deck. Having Ditto means we have a non-searchable Mysterious Treasure Pokemon, so finding it would not necessarily be easy. We are up against Greninja, which did mulligan 7 times. Greninja just went ahead and mulliganed 7 times. We mulliganed once, and her hand literally did not improve. Off of those 7 mulligans, our hand literally is just as bad, I guess, as if we had not received any mulligans, which is ridiculous. But it is what it is. We're just not drawing energy today. We are simply not drawing energy at all today. Okay. I guess that's a thing. My opponent not using the Paralyzed Froakie, which I think is also a mistake. Like, why would you use Pound? Right? Why would you use Pound Froakie over Bubble Froakie? I'm honestly not sure. And we see the Cynthia, we see the energy. Like, even a Bubble Head Flip would have potentially stopped my Ascension, right? Okay, so that Rough Seas is the reason why I didn't play the first Stadium myself. I know this deck is going to be playing at least Brooklet Heal, maybe Rough Seas, so I need to be able to win the Stadium War. Now, because I didn't get energy, I really need to item lock my opponent, or do I? Maybe I don't need to item lock. I'm gonna go ahead and bridge it here. Ditto would be nice, right? Ditto would, in fact, be pretty nice. Yeah, let's grab the Tapulele to thin. And then we'll go ahead and pass. My Phantom shouldn't get knocked out here, right? There's no way my opponent gets to Greninja this turn. Pretty sad. Our situation is pretty sad right now. We just see a Cynthia. My opponent could whiff the water duplicates, although it's not very likely that he does whiff. Ultra Ball. Oh my god, you're kidding me. The one guy playing Rare Candy Greninja, and because I don't have an energy, I'm not able to stop that. How? Why does this happen to us? I really don't understand it. Okay. Let's Ascension. Okay, so no more items for my opponent. I imagine he's not going to Shadow Stitching this turn, so I will be able to play down my Tapu Lele. I'd imagine. Especially if he has Knockout, which would be pretty ridiculous if he does, but it's not out of the question. He will probably have Knockout. Wow, this guy. Multiple rare candies in this Greninja deck. There's a Giant Water Shuriken. Could take down the Phantom. Decides to go after the active. So I really hope he knocks me out here. Otherwise, like, he doesn't know this, but Shadow Stitching is actually the right call. And very smartly, he keeps the energy. Okay, so I'm definitely ending this turn. I get the pieces back, which is nice. Or I can Ace Trainer, which is actually better. Ace Trainer is actually better, and we need a Stadium now. We need a Stadium, but not playing a Stadium on turn 1 was not a misplay because we wouldn't have the Stadium anyways right now. So hopefully we can draw one of our 4 Stadiums. We cannot. I give up. How do we draw this bad? Okay. So then we can't do anything. Oh boy. Hello, Iberserk. Thank you so much for being here. There's the water duplicates Greninja. I mean, Frogadier. We really need the Stadium though. Without the Stadium, we're not getting anywhere because even if we attack, then he just heals all the damage. So Giant Water Shurikens to the bench. Gets a prize card. We might be too far behind now. She's drawing so awkwardly. There's a Moonlight Slash. He will return the energy so that he 2-hit KOs us. Parallel would be good here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is actually, I mean, I need the Stadium, right? Using Silent Fear when there's a rough season play doesn't get us anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and Ace Trainer again. I need the Stadium anyways. If I don't get the Stadium, then attaching the energy to the active doesn't matter at all. The Ace Trainer shuffles his energy away, which is good because maybe he whiffs an energy. And then definitely want to do this. My other Phantom is indeed prized. So I'll just grab this. And then maybe I should play down the Lele just in case my opponent decides to go for Moonlight Slash next turn for whatever reason. And I'll grab the N. I won't necessarily play it, but I will grab it. And then, if I'd gotten a Trevenant Break, I could have retreated and Silent Feared with a brand new one, but it's not going to happen. At least I have the guaranteed Silent Fear next turn. We are in a lot of trouble here, though. For sure, we are in a lot of trouble. How many energy are gone? 3, 4. I mean, the standard would be 6 plus 4. Oh boy. The standard would be 6 plus 4 splash. However, my opponent is playing energy retrieval, multiples of, and energy recycler, along with Starmie, and he's playing Rare Candy. So this is far from. Yeah, this is far from the standard deck. Okay, he's playing 4 energy retrieval plus the Starmie. How utterly ridiculous is that? I mean, maybe that's the right way to play Greninja, right? Maybe that's the right play, and we've been doing it wrong all this time. And the fact that I missed the energy is what caused all of this. Okay, decides to take a KO on the active. Unless he's planning on Moonlight Slashing here. I mean, Shadow Stitching. But he doesn't. Try and look at his deck list at the end for science. Maybe. Okay. I really don't want to give him a prize. Right? Oh, okay. So he's probably not playing Splash Energy because he has the Rescue Scarves. He's most likely not playing the Splash Energy because of that reason. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna lose this. I am mostly sure we are going to lose this anyways because his damage output is just that much higher. So I'm gonna Tree Slam. Target down these two. I get a prize. There's the other Greninja, I guess. Dido is good in Trev. Yeah, I can see Dido being good in Trev. This man just keeps finding the water energy he needs. I guess he does play 4 energy retrieval and a Guzma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you kidding me? Into 2, and the 3 cards he gets is 2 waters and a Greninja. I don't even understand. I don't. Oh my god. GG. GG. Lose a coin flip, we're going second. Hopefully we can pull off the turn 1 Trev. Hello Adamsville, thanks so much for being here. What on earth just happened? What on earth just happened here? We're gonna mulligan, as expected, I guess. Definitely a hacker. Play some what? Toad Carp with Trick Shovel. I mean, the 3 decks I have for today are Trevenant, Zora Control, and the Glacian deck. So that should be enough annoyance to opponents. Although, we're really not accomplishing anything, right? Yeah, I definitely plan on playing Wailord Mill at some point. Maybe even tomorrow. Okay, so we only mulligan twice, not that big a deal. We have the energy, we have the Phantom, so we should be able to get the turn 1 Trevenant. The Glacian deck, Adamsville. Trevenant, Zoro Control, and Glacian. The Glacian lock with the Delinquent, Skyfield, and multiple Marsh Shadows. Okay. Did I play Durant yesterday? Yes, I played Durant yesterday, and that video will be up on Friday on YouTube. That video will be up on Friday on YouTube. Okay. So, can my Phantom get knocked out? It can, right? Diancie and Strong is enough to knock it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and bridge it here. Bridger is pretty strong. We do have a Phantom prized. So yeah, okay, so generally after this game, we should play the Ditto. And if we're playing Ditto, we might as well play Mock, right? Only gonna get the 2 Phantoms. Okay, so the other question is, do I attach an energy or not? I don't think I am going to. Durant is your favorite mill. It's so funny to play against Zorg. And there were, I think, a couple of matches against Zorg. One against Zorg, the CDI, and one against just pure Zorg, I think. The Zorg, the CDI match was entertaining, to say the least. Okay, so my opponent fails, and he's dead drawing, so... Who needs Ascension, right? Who needs Ascension? Fava, probably want a better spot for Fava. I'll go ahead and attach that, and then I think I'm gonna Juniper here, or Sycamore rather. We have 2 Sycamores prized, that's not good news. Have I played Dialga Dustmane Magneson deck, Jake? And no, I have not, because we're now focusing on Expanded, and that's probably more of a standard deck, so I have not played that yet. And now we're dead drawing. And now we are dead drawing. Gosh, Trevenant just gets so many awkward draws though. So many awkward draws. I'm honestly not a fan of Trevenant. I played once at one regional and then I swore I would never play it again. And I intend to keep that promise. Okay, so there's the Ditto into Macargo. I mean, it was still a Zoroark deck, right? It was still a Zoroark deck. I don't want to spoil anything. So if you want to, I think the Durant video is very entertaining for sure. So we get hit for another 30. Now let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and attach. Let's do this, sure, why not? And then let's go Tree Slam. And let's put the damage onto the Trobbishes. Macargo is kind of a threat, but the Trobbishes are a much bigger threat. There's a Cynthia. You're never playing which deck? Trevenant. I'm never gonna play Trevenant again at an expanded tournament, I don't think. Never is a strong word. But like these games and the testing I've done with it, it definitely justifies me not using it. So we're gonna see Macarlo, we're gonna see the card, that's fine. We only have one item card. So far, drawing a way to get the Trev break would be nice. That is not a way to get the Trev break. So if I take a knockout here, he knocks me out with the Garb. Right? So I think I should heal this up. Even if we won't be doing any damage. If you play this CDI, does Mr. Mime counter Feather Arrows? No. Mr. Mime prevents damage from attacks. The CDI is damage counters from an ability, so it's completely the opposite of what you're trying to do. Okay. So I really needed to do that to prevent the puzzle from knocking me out. I mean the Garb from knocking me out. And we're gonna see a Guzma. Good thing I attached this energy. Although, he's gonna bring up a Tapu Lele and we will be able to retreat, but we still won't be able to attack. We still won't be able to attack. This really sucks. I see a Remoraid, okay. Top 3 expanded decks thus far in testing. Zoroark Control, Zoroark Mach, and Archie's Blastoise, I think. Those 3 are my top 3 right now. They're all solid, reliable decks. I definitely favor Archie's Blastoise and Zoroark Mach more than Zoroark Control. Just like it's not my style to play those sort of control decks. Okay, versus Seeker gets me Sycamore, which is nice, right? Even though I'm gonna lose a bunch of stuff here and put a lot of items in my discard pile, there are not enough items for me to get knocked out by a Garb. And I do find my Trev breaks, which is exactly what I was looking for. So I can start putting in a lot more pressure. You want Mega Ray to come back? Ugh. Until they ban Sudowoodo, I don't think that's happening. Archie's Blastoise is indeed very good. So people should play Martin Whitford's Lucario GX Scoop Up decks. He got 6 with that Utah then. I mean, that sounds like a decent deck. Lucario GX counters Zoroark pretty nicely. It probably doesn't beat Keldeo reliably. Maybe it does. Berserk, there's a lot of like technicalities and things to do to get the turn 1 Blastoise. So I mean, I don't know, but maybe there's room for improvement in the sequencing of the turn 1, which is all about which is all what Blastoise is about. If you start WoW against Blastoise, do they just lose? I mean, depends. What are you doing behind the WoW Fed, right? It depends on that. What are you doing behind the WoW Fed? What are you setting up? 1, 2, 3, 4 item cards. Okay, the stadium counter is annoying because it does pretty much force me to oh wow, it does force me to attach another energy to this friend, which is not nice. I feel like Guzma Diancie is good here because we have double Guzma into Diancie. I think that's what I want to do. The shrine damage doesn't affect me too much at this point, I would say. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll retreat and then I will Silent Fear. Now there's a lot of things in range of getting knocked out. This gets knocked out, this gets knocked out, this gets knocked out. I 100% bypass the Sledgehammer turn, even Beast Ring turn. yeah, I bypass Beastring and Sledgehammer next turn. I am guaranteed to do that thanks to the Versus Seeker into Guzma. My opponent could just Guzma here as well. Maybe gets himself to prizes, but that's not going to be enough. There is the Guzma. Not even knocking out the Lele still, which is great. Can use item cards now, so could attach a Choice Band and that would be enough. There is few respect for Zorg. You see less of the Woodle in lists. I mean, the last Zorg deck that won a big expand event didn't even play Skyfield, right? Which that might be a reason why you're not seeing as much Pseudo Woodle as well. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna Kuzma the Diancie again. Field Blower, that's fine. Not that big a deal. I mean, I would love to get the Trevenant if it goes down. Get it back if it goes down, but it's not the biggest of deals. The Field Blower does mean the Lele goes down. My opponent gets 2 prizes. And then, like, 2 more spreads. 1 spread gets rid of his whole engine. 2 more spreads gets rid of his only attacker. 3 more spreads wins me the game. So let's go ahead and promote the Lele. And then let's go Guzma. And maybe next turn we end. Well, maybe we don't actually. And then I'll attach here, and then I'll Silent Fear. James, thank you so much for choosing to resubscribe. Very kind of you. Welcome. Very, very kind of you. La semana que viene voy a un regional estándar y quería saber mi opinión sobre qué mazos veías tú más fuertes para el regional. Wait, what? I knocked out 4 Pokemon? Oh. I didn't even realize I knocked out both cards. Yeah, perfect time for sub music after a 4 KO turn. I thought that Garb had 10 less damage. I mean, 30 less damage, but we'll take it. We'll take it. James, en estándar me parece que Blacéfalo Nagana es de las mejores opciones. El deck de Gardevoir para tu hermano de 9 años quizás sea un poco complicado, pero el deck de Blacéfalo Nagana me parece una muy, muy buena opción. Oh, he attached Rainbow, that's right. That's why the 20 damage became 30. And I did put the 20 damage on each Trubbish, so it makes sense that they both went down at the same time. Oops. Yeah, you think Zorg is too good to not put a Sudowoodo anyways? I agree. I agree. Any deck not playing a Sudowoodo is just asking to get rolled over by Zorg. 100%. Okay, so now we just attach and win, right? With Tree Slam. So this is the type of lock that you want to get against your opponents, right? But it's not always exactly easy to pull off. Overall, I'm not too impressed with the Trevenant deck. Really, it's just too clunky, and 3 damage counters, even under item lock, is a little bit too slow for my liking. If you had an item lock plus like 50, not 50, 5 damage counters on each, or like dealing 100, 120 damage, maybe that would be a bit stronger in my opinion, but oh well. So yeah, that will be all for the Trevenant deck after those exhilarating matches against Latias, EX, and Greninja, but I will take into account what chat mentioned, and let's fit in Ditto Prism Star. So 3 Tablele feels like a little bit too much. That immediately opens up the spot for the Ditto, which can be a 5th Phantom, which is never a bad thing. And then, what is the drop for the Alolan Muk? That is the question here. I feel like it might be Faba, although Faba reactivates abilities under item lock, which is good. Perhaps it's a Sycamore, but that would be the second consistency card I'm taking out. can't take Disruption, however. So I feel like it would be the Mars Shadow. I think that's, well, it's another consistency card, I guess. Maybe the, no, not the Bridget. Bridget was pretty cool. Maybe a Versus Seeker, yeah. We're taking a consistency card, but it's also like we're giving ourselves options, right? And then let's add the Alolan Muck, not the Dark type, the one that prevents abilities from working. And so, yeah, Power of Alchemy stops Latias, stops Sudowoodo, I guess, stops Giratina, right? Stops Giratina Break, which I think is the biggest reason. But I mean, we can't search for Ditto with Mysterious Treasure. Why wouldn't we play the Ditto with, why wouldn't we play a Grimer instead, since we can't search for the Grimer with a Mysterious Treasure? And the other bad thing about Alolan Muck is that it has a 4 retreat cost, so even if you attach a Mystery Energy to it, you actually cannot retreat it, right? So if they Guzma the Muck, then you're in a lot of trouble, right? That would be the biggest issue against Muck, but this is probably what I would want to test moving forward. But yeah, guys, if you're watching YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. If you're live with me on Twitch, don't go anywhere. I will be right back in just a second with the next deck, which will be Zorg Control. Be right back, guys.